What if everything you think you know about the ancient world was shaped by one man you've never heard of? No armies, no empire, no throne. And yet, he changed how humans understand the world itself. So why don't you know his name? 2,000 years ago, before maps looked like maps, before borders were clear, before the world even made sense, there was a man trying to explain all of it. Not just where things were, but why they mattered. This is the story of Strabo, a traveler, a thinker, a man obsessed with one impossible idea: to describe the entire known world as one connected system. But here's the problem. The world he was describing was incomplete, contradictory, full of myths, lies, and missing pieces. So how do you map a world that no one fully understands? And more importantly, what happens when your version of the world becomes the foundation for everyone else? In this video, you'll discover how one man turned travel into knowledge, why his work outlived empires, and how his ideas quietly shaped the way we see the world today. Because Strabo didn't just describe the world, he changed how we think about it. And once you see it, you won't look at maps the same way again.
In the 1st century BCE, the study of the Earth was a branch of applied mathematics. Scholars defined the world through strict grids of latitudes, longitudes, and star charts, focusing on the geometric placement of the globe within the heavens. Brilliant mathematicians like Eratosthenes had calculated the circumference of the Earth with startling accuracy, but these abstract grids remained empty. They provided precise coordinates for cities, while revealing nothing about the terrain, the cultures, or the dangers found between those points. This lack of practical data became a crisis as the Roman Republic transitioned into a sprawling empire. Roman generals and administrators were governing vast, unfamiliar territories and required actionable intelligence that a simple geometric list could not provide. Rapid imperial expansion requires more than geometry to survive. For Rome to function, it needed a map that charted the complexities of human experience alongside the harsh physical realities of the Earth. Born around 64 BCE into a politically connected family, a scholar named Strabo emerged to solve this problem. He was raised in Amasia, a city in Pontus defined by an imposing physical geography, specifically these massive rock tombs carved directly into sheer cliffs. Strabo was educated in the deep traditions of Greek philosophy, but spent his adult life navigating the pragmatic reality of Roman rule under Emperor Augustus. He realized that to truly understand the world, a geographer had to bridge the gap between the philosopher's systemic thinking and the statesman's need for ground-level data. This realization fueled an ambition to write a comprehensive encyclopedia documenting the inhabited world, detailing the physical land alongside the people living upon it. By applying the rigorous analytical systems of his Greek education to the massive logistical data generated by Roman expansion, Strabo merged high-level theory with the gritty demands of imperial administration to create the new discipline of descriptive geography. While contemporary scholars were content to theorize from the comfort of established libraries, Strabo believed in first-hand experience. He spent decades on grueling physical expeditions across the ancient Mediterranean. He journeyed to the southern extremes of the known map, sailing up the Nile River to document agricultural practices and trade networks. He noted how the specific environment of the riverbanks dictated the survival and economy of the Egyptian people. He also conducted research in the intellectual and political capitals of the age. He spent years studying in Alexandria, walking among the stone ruins of the ancient world's greatest scholarly center, before eventually moving his studies to Rome. Strabo meticulously recorded local laws, religious customs, and the specific economic systems of the populations he encountered, treating these human variables as essential features of the land itself. His travels demonstrated that geography requires stepping into the dirt to observe the direct relationship between human societies and their environment. This commitment to observation led Strabo to a controversial defense of ancient poetry. While mathematical purists dismissed epic literature as useless fiction, Strabo argued that Homer was actually the world's original geographer. He argued that ancient myths actually contain encoded, factual data. To Strabo, These stories were historical ledgers that preserved memories of ancient trade routes and early human migrations. Take his analysis of the Odyssey. When Homer describes the sea monster Scylla devouring sailors in the Strait of Messina, Strabo saw a practical warning about real-world navigational hazards, specifically the jagged rocks and lethal currents that still exist in that exact waterway. This framework allowed Strabo to extract actionable intelligence from centuries-old poetry, treating verses like a survival guide for contemporary sailors and merchants. By identifying the physical observations of the Earth hidden within these narratives, Strabo transformed ancient literature into a vital data source for the earth sciences. Strabo functioned as a pioneering earth scientist, analyzing the physical landscape to reconstruct the deep history of its formation. While exploring the dry terrain near the pyramids in Egypt, he encountered an anomaly. The ground was littered with lentil-shaped stones. He identified these nummulite fossils as the remains of marine life, resting far inland and high above sea level. This discovery led him to a radical deduction. He proposed that the Earth's land masses actively rise and fall over vast unseen periods of time, with the ground beneath the sea being particularly movable. He supported this theory through his study of active geological forces in the Mediterranean, including the desolate, ash-covered slopes of Mount Etna. Strabo theorized that volcanoes function as necessary safety valves, providing open orifices for ignited matter and subterranean winds to escape, thereby preventing even more violent movements of the Earth. These geological theories were millennia ahead of their time, shattering the illusion of a static world and proving the planet is a living, shifting entity. The culmination of his life's work was Geographica, a staggering 17-volume encyclopedia describing the known world from the edges of Britain to the borders of India. This diagram shows the immense scope of the text. Strabo synthesized physical terrain, climate data, political systems, and cultural anthropology into a single, comprehensive narrative of the Earth. Yet, Geographica was largely ignored by the Roman elite during Strabo's lifetime. Despite creating the ultimate strategic guide for the state, his work sat in obscurity. The text was too philosophical and comprehensive for an empire focused strictly on the mechanics of immediate military conquest, failing to find an audience that valued its deep synthesis of data. The text barely survived the collapse of antiquity, preserved only because scholars in the Byzantine Empire meticulously copied the aging manuscripts. Over a millennium after Strabo's death, these copies were eventually rediscovered and translated in Western Europe during the Renaissance. Geographica finally received its due, serving as a foundational text that shaped early modern cartography and provided a framework for the age of exploration. Strabo's legacy is the invention of human geography. He proved that to truly map the physical world, you must tell the story of the people who shape it.
If knowledge like this guides you, then show your support. Like this scroll of ideas and subscribe.
The world is vast. If you seek knowledge, leave your thoughts below. Your questions may shape the next journey.